So, as many of you guys may know, I have been anticipating this rerun banner exactly for Summer Jean to come back, because it's no secret here on the channel that we are quite fond of, all the Saber faces, all the Jean faces. I mean, dude, before Morgan came out, Jalter was the original wifey, so I was really looking forward to this banner coming out, but I was streaming today, and someone in my chat brought up something very interesting. Shoutouts to you. You know who you are. They were talking about the Apocrypha banner, and they're like, notice how there are 1, 2, 3, 4 limited servants on this banner. And Thanksgiving has 5 limited servants on their banner. What if, because I've been bringing up the idea that, they might just repackage this as like the winter campaign, like the cozy up for winter thing. I was like, even though, Summer Jean doesn't really make sense for a cozy up for winter campaign or whatever they want to repackage it as, we could just keep the download campaign the same with the Buki and then repackage this in the same way that we've done, past things like this, where we already have this released over here in the NA servers, or I guess not NA servers, but I guess like North America regions, right? Like we already have some of these Blu-rays, so you can't just do like a commemorative release campaign. So they repackaged them, right? Like one of the ones that I remember distinctly was the Ozzy and the Arthur one, like a year and a half or 2 years back, where they kind of made that just a winter campaign, because we weren't getting the prototype CDs, I think, are what was releasing. So we weren't going to get those. And so they just repackaged the whole thing entirely. And so sure, this might not make sense as like a winter campaign, but neither does, Ozymandias or Arthur, right? Like it's just like random things that they're like, just throw it together to make it make sense. But now I'm a little afraid, because I did a whole video being like, dude, they could bring Oberon back, they could bring back Jalter, because Jalter should have come back for the Samurai Remnant thing. Don't know why she didn't. They just brought back Masashi. I get it. Makes the most sense, but why not bring back Berserker Masashi as well, and, Jalter, because, Lasengo loves to throw all these, like, limited banners at us, so why not just toss them out as well? It literally costs them nothing, and they'll make bank on it. But then looking at this, there's, the thought in the back of your head where you're just like, I don't know, a lot of the really strong limited units have already come back, and sure, they could throw someone like, I don't know, Archer Gil back on the banner, because, he hasn't been around in a fat minute, at least that I remember. I don't remember him coming back anytime recently, unless I'm just, having a lapse in memory. But, we were all just like, who are they going to bring back? Oberon could be really cool, because he doesn't come back for a long, long time. And sure, maybe they could do like a Christmas banner or something, where they're like, okay, Merry Christmas, Oberon comes back for the weekend or something. That could be kind of cool. But, he still theoretically could come back, but the idea that they might just repurpose this raid up as the Thanksgiving special, that's actually not a bad idea as well, because when you look at the actual characters that are going to be on it, like, Astolfo is very, very popular. Look, whether or not you're a bussy blaster, right, you gotta acknowledge that Astolfo is very, very popular for, reasons, right? Same thing for Jean, whether you just love her absolutely pure and innocent, holy nature, or, if you're a little bit of a, well, let's just not go there, but you know who you are. Jean is also very popular. Semiramis and Amakusa, I don't know how popular these guys are. I mean, like, especially compared to like Jean and Astolfo, who have a lot going for him. Semiramis, who also has a lot going for her, I guess, is just also not quite as good. Like, she's kind of in a very weird spot in like today's meta. Like, you can use her for farming because she does have the 30% battery, but the problem is that her main damage buff is this. Really, really good for like CQ style content, right? Where like you could just start smacking this down on people. You could get like 100% buster down on them because you could loop this if you're using like double Koyan Sky or something. This could be like really, really good, but she's just not quite, I guess, conducive to like, current meta. I do think this is like really good. I think this is absolutely insane. Being able to like ensure that none of your guys lose their buffs, especially in like a double Merlin comp. Screw being able to loop this, dude. Making sure that your Merlins don't lose their like stars and HP per turn. That is absolutely insane. I think she could be good in the future if we see like more buff removal bosses, and I think that is very slept on for her in particular. But let's be honest, unless you're literally me exactly, right, you're probably not going to be summoning for Semiramis. And even then, there's someone else who's probably going to be stealing my Saint Quartz. Shiro over here, on the other hand, is just unfortunate. Like, he has like one of the most broken kits on paper. It's just unfortunately, bro is a ruler and he has like negative attack. So what they would need to do is, I think, just give him like a power mod. Just give him like, I don't know, buff the NP again. You know, we've already done it with like Vlad, and you know, just do it again, right? And then just slap on like 50% power mod against good, 50% power mod against evil. You know, he's a ruler. He's supposed to be like, you know, non-biased or whatever, right? You know, I'm watching Apocrypha again. Seems like a pretty swell guy. Of course, like, ignoring the end of Apocrypha where lady kind of gets done a little bit dirty, but you know, you could do something like that. That'd make him a lot better. But I definitely think them repurposing this for the Thanksgiving gacha, I think that does actually make a lot of sense. Frighteningly makes a lot of sense because of the fact that it's bringing back 4 limited guys, and you could also stick 2 limited servants on there as well, which I kind of would hope if they do decide to do that, you kind of change these rate-ups a little bit. Like, shimmy them around a little bit. Like, maybe throw in where it's, you know, Archer Jean and Ryder Mordred. That would be great, because I've been sitting on, you know, NP1 Ryder Mordred for the last, like, I don't know, 3-4 years. And, yeah, she really needs that extra damage. Either that or give her a buff, man. Come on, like, let's start buffing these Summer 1 servants. You guys tried to buff Archer Artoria, and you were like, sure, hitting a battery. You know, slap that on there and let's call it a day. Which is like not exactly what she needed, but I don't know. I'd be curious to see what you guys think in the comments down below. Maybe this was just a crackpot theory we were having on stream, but we kind of started thinking about it a little bit, and I was like, this makes a lot of sense, and, you know, they're obviously, you know, not throwing any content at us right now, and so I'm like, well, you know, this would be like a nice discussion to maybe bring to people's attentions. Maybe it helps people plan out and everything. I'm not saying this is like 100%. This is, again, just something that, like, is more of a theory, right? It kind of makes sense to me. It would align pretty well as well with like kind of how the current banners are going to be going, because we know that we're going to get the, well, we don't know with 100%, but the live stream's on the 12th and our updates are on Monday. Live stream could go on the 12th, maintenance roll into Monday, event drops. Would make a lot of sense, fits with the schedule and everything, but again, they haven't announced it. But then again, they could just announce it tonight, right? And then this video looks really dumb because this will be already scheduled to go up and everything, and then it'll be like, well, actually, ZTL, they announced it last night. But we have that going up. That'll bring the first banner with Izumo and all of them. We could let that ride for, you know, a week or something until Saturday. Maybe they want to announce the second banner at Anime NYC, drop the Sakamoto Lancer banner, and then, I don't know, rolling into like the next week, then they could kind of drop this after a week after that. I mean, it kind of seems like that would make a little bit of sense. Drop a couple of missions with it, call it a day. The only thing is that it'd be a little bit weird that, I don't know, we have like a Japanese servant-oriented event, and then we drop all these like actual random dudes that have nothing to do with the event, except Amakusa. I mean, he's a Japanese servant as well. I mean, I guess there's some synergy there. But aside, I don't know what the French lady and the French knight and the Assyrian lady have to do with all that. And then, I don't know, Frankenstein British? I don't know, what is she, British? English? Frankenstein's monster is a British story, I'm pretty sure, right? Pretty sure, but I don't know. I think it aligns with the schedule pretty well. They could drop this, and then it kind of just gets this out of the way. Because, dog, look at this. We're just going to go on a little side tangent here for a second. But, like, bro, the wiki doesn't even have this as, like, an upcoming event. They're just like, no, this thing is just gone, bro. This ain't never coming out. They're like, we're not even going to bother with this thing. This thing never coming out, dude. They just don't even consider it coming out. Because, I mean, I don't blame them. It's like a random little thing they did for a Blu-ray banner, but we usually don't miss out on rate-ups. I think there's only been like 1 or 2 rate-ups. There used to be a really good upcoming event like banner thing that FGO had, but I think their site went down or something. But the thing that they did really well is they also documented whenever we would miss out on things, or some banners where it's like, okay, we're kind of past this time, but we should be expecting this rate up sometime in the future. Like, they kind of just skipped over it, and then we'd get it later, right? Or sometimes it'd be a little bit later, stuff along those lines. We don't have that anymore, but we rarely miss out on some of these rate ups. So I don't know if we're going to just miss out on these 4 guys coming back. Plus, it's 4 limited servants. What does Lasengo love doing? Throwing out random limited banners. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You know, just thought I'd kind of bring this to your guys' attention, because, again, it kind of was like a smack in the face as I was streaming today. I was like, huh, that's actually a really good point. That's not a bad theory at all. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace late.
It was a misinput. Calm down!